Right call, welcome home, console.log, console.log, home end, simple end you can write here, one line. Next, after that, right call about, a function about, console.log, about us, console.log, end. Next, after that, let it be two functions. Two functions we added, one is called home, another one is called about. So function we are writing before also, function we are writing now also. Okay, function we have written before also, function we are writing now also. Next, after this, come down, try calling the home function, try calling the about function, see is happen or not. Home and about. Run this file through node and check once anything is printing. Home and about. Now let's go to the CMD, run that. See, are you able to run it or is throwing any error? How will run? Node space. Class 1. Node space class 1. You will see so many error is coming. Lot of error are coming. Okay, lot of error are coming. Home is not defined. Definitely because home is not a direct function. Home function is a part of the class. You cannot call directly. You have to create the object of the class, then only you can call. So for that you will write here if variable obj1 equal to new and then name of the class called my test. My test. Wrote it. Now come down. You will write here obj1 dot function name. That represents home is a part of obj1. You will write here obj1 dot about. That represent about is the part of which one? obj1. obj1 is nothing but object. So we will write here Object creation. Object creation. Save now and run once. Now it will print both welcome home and welcome about and correct. So no error. So it's like this. I'll clear the error. Then we'll go here. Node space class 1. It will say welcome home and end. Then about us and then end. Right? No error. Come down below. Now right below. Okay, so we have not created the variable. As of now, let's create one variable also. Then we can write some theories. To create the variable, you have to use here for constructor. In Java, constructor is different way. How to create the constructor in Java? There you have seen, no, how to create. No idea? Okay, so let's go here. So JavaScript is different than Java. Okay, here class object concept and their class object concept both are different. Very different. Constructor we wrote inside the constructor. So constructor is, you can see different color, blue color is coming. So it is a predefined function of JavaScript. It's not made by us. We have not written that function. It is a predefined function. Okay. The constructor function will help you to assign the value to a variable to create a variable under the class. What type of variable? Global variable. So we are going to create a global variable. This dot maybe mobile equal to some number. Then this dot address equal to Bangalore. Now these two variable, one is called mobile, another one is called address. This becomes a global variable. This global variable you can use anywhere inside the current class. Okay, rotate. Now come down. Go to the home function. Inside the home function, write console.log this dot mobile. This dot mobile. So it will give you the mobile number. That what variable you created under the constructor. Go to the about us console.log. You will write inside this dot address. It will display the address of the location. That address variable we have created, it will display the address of that. Ready? Check now. It's working or not. Between this both function 1 and function 2, you can write one console.log so that little space will get applied. Slash n you print here one more slash n you print here. So 2 line break will happen. So ready? Run now and check once. Space is coming. Welcome home, contact number, then about us, and then address. So what we wrote inside the class, we created the variable and we created the functions. The variable you are calling inside the function. Those variable you have created here, those variable you are calling inside the functions. Correct? So this becomes a combination of your variable and function together inside a class. Right? So we are going to write a small few lines of definition to understand what is the class and then how it work and what is the member variable, what is the member function, what is the object. Now come inside, at last end of the page, you write here multi-line comment. This is called multi-line comment. First write for class. Class, what it is showing in our current example. You can see one curly bracket start in the beginning and the same curly bracket close here. And in between, we have a constructor function, predefined function. We have a home function and we have about function. And inside the function, you are using the variable, both the places, variable declaration and assignment you have done under the constructor, right? Now for this, you can write a class is collections of member variables and member methods. Function slash methods. Class is a collection of member variables and member function and method. Okay, ready. Next, after this, come down below. Member variable meaning is what? Member variable. What is represent? You can see you have made a function variable called name, not name mobile. You have made a variable called mobile and you have made a variable called address. Name and mobile and address. You created under the constructor and this both the variable you are using in home also and you are using under the about also. So you will be writing here member variable. What is that? Those variable that get defined under those variables that get defined under constructor. Get defined under the constructor and will be used inside as well as used outside. Those variables that get defined under the constructor using this operator. Using this operator. Using this operator that will be called as a member. Now write call member. So how many member variable you have now? Two. One is called mobile, another one is called address. Both become as a member variable defined under the constructor. Next we can write call member method. Constructor. Right call member method or function. We can call it a member method also, or we can call it a member function also. Both is valid. Come inside, right here. The functions, the user defined functions. User defined functions. The user defined functions of a class. User defined functions of a class will be called a member function. Okay, done. So how many member functions have in current file? Two. One is called home, another one is called about. Now write below. Constructor also. Constructor is not made by us. Constructor is the predefined function. Okay. Constructor is become a predefined function. Right here. Constructor. It is life cycle method of JavaScript. Life cycle method of JavaScript. It call automatically when we create object of a class. It call automatically when we create object of a class. whenever we create object of a class, this constructor will get called automatically. You don't have to call it manually. Okay? Now let us see how that works. We have written it is lifecycle method JavaScript class, and it's called automatically when we create object of a class. Go to the test function. In test function, write there 888, not 888, write some other number like maybe 11111 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Pass 1 Okay, hope ready. Let's go. Come inside the class now. We are passing here 111. Where it will go? Can you see the constructor? Constructor function is there. Write a variable called a. So which value you are passing from below in the class? See here, you are passing some value to the class, right? 111. That value will come and capture under this variable called a variable. But where? Not inside other function, only the constructor. Because when you call the class, when you create object of the class, by default constructor itself will call. And whichever the value you send, it will assign to the constructor. Now a came here. A we are going to assign to this mobile number. A we are assigning to the mobile number. Check now. The output should not be the 999. Output should be 11111, something like that. What is the value? Default value. It's not like number 999. So value got replaced by 111. So that represent whenever you call the class and create the object of the class, and if you are passing any new value, that new value by default it will go to the constructor and it get assigned to the constructor. Now in this entire code, are you calling anywhere called constructor? No, we are not calling anywhere. But when we created the object of the class, automatically constructor got called, right? That is the behavior of constructor. Whenever you create object of the class, by default constructor will get called. Okay. Yeah. So we wrote here, it is life cycle function, like predefined function of JavaScript class object, where it call automatically when we create an object of a class. Right, next call object. Object. What is refer that object? It says like internet definition. Okay. Huh? Real-time entity, object of a class, all are, you can see here, you can see what is happening. Inside this class, my test, whatever the contents are there, where you are assigning. Object one you are assigning, no, right? Because of that, she is saying it's real-time something. Correct? When you run the page, at the time of running the page, the content of my test will assign to where? obj1. So what is inside that? About as well as home. Because of that, you are able to see object 1 dot home, object 2 dot about. Okay. If inside object 1, if the class and member variable, member function will not assign, you cannot access that point. Correct? Come down. It is called instance of a class. It is called instance of a class. Come down. After this, we have used one more keyword called this operator. Okay, this operator. You can see inside the class, when you want to call a member variable, you are calling this dot variable name, this dot mobile. You are calling below this dot address. So that is able to access inside the class. If you want to access out of the class, which one? This one. Home, about, home and about. If you want to access out of the class, what will happen? You are calling through the object 1 as well as object 2. Similar with these functions, what we have written, not function, the variable, mobile and address. If you want to access directly out of the class, you have to write like this. Console dot log. We can write below, call obj1 dot, obj1 dot, what is the array name? Not array name. Function, variable name, mobile as well as address. Console.log. obj1 dot mobile. obj1 dot, what else we have? Address. Check now. Mobile and address, both it will print. You got we company laptop, no? With your name only is very sure to work. But simply are laughing. Huh? Really? Oh, I thought it was bad. You get right inside up, you know, you are making sleep.
Wait, after sleeping, you came out with your bag, no?
Same thing, I was checking with her. Difficulties, yeah. Trusting on the people, they start in between and they'll go in between. That is the bad problem actually. Okay. Many people are there, but trusting on the people is difficult. Reason is what? Like, if I teach Java, no, if suppose someone will leave in between and run away, people are not professional in market. Okay. People are not professional. What they'll do, they will start taking the class and in between only without information they'll leave. Okay. Now, no, Java I don't know. Java I have not worked on Java. Okay. So that is the problem. Like if he start, suppose new person start and he leave in between, then that will become a double problem. Okay. That becomes a double problem. And whoever are people, they are teaching the Java in the market, they are misleading the people. And that person who has stayed in my building, today he has submitted his resume here. He didn't take for interview calls. I have asked him, counselor, to add this poor person in our list. Whenever interviews are coming for Java, send him. He was saying like 800 people, 400 people in one room and 400 people in one room. Trainer will speak in one room where the people can see the face, and in another room 400 people only will listen the audio. Okay, so that way how it will work? Yeah, that way it will not work, no? Give 3-4 days more time. One person is there, he told he will start within 2-3 days. I'll update you. Some more people are there, they are calling daily for Java class. Okay, so we printed. So what we wrote? Object is called instance of your current class. Okay, it is going to instance of your current class. Now, when we come inside this, when it say instance of current class, what is going to happen? It is not happening like content of the class will assign to this variable. Which variable? Object variable. If content will get assigned, then it will become duplicate, no? One already available in the my class, and again the same content will assign to where? Object one. It will become duplicate. It's not happen like that. Okay. This using the new keyword, it assign the address of this content. It will not give the content completely to the which one? Object one. It will give the address of the content. Right? What is the address of the content will assign to where? Object one. Then it will say object one dot home. Now home will have some address. Then your compiler will be able to print that particular function. Okay. If you see here equal to symbol says like assignment, but indirectly it is not, assignment is not happening. assignment is happening of address, not the content. So on a particular address, some content is there. Now you will same content if you give to one more person. So what will happen? Duplicate will happen. Now instead of giving the same content to one more person, you are giving the address of the content. Go here, you will find this thing, right? That happen in object creation. When you create object, if not reassign the value to somewhere else, it assignment will happen, but only address of the content. Okay, come now. So in this file, we understood how to create a class and where to create the global variable, how to write the function, and how to create the object. This is called object creation with the help of new keyword. This is your class name, this is the object name, and this is called your new keyword. And while calling your member variable from the class or function from the class, we use the property called object. Okay. Now, when you run the file, let me run it again. When you run the file, you can see the value of variable is printing below. Mobile as well as address, both are printing.
Yes, yes.
Mobile and address both are printing, right? So at this point, what will happen? At this point, what will happen? Out of the class, we are able to call the same variable with the help of object. What is the variable? Mobile is the variable. Out of the class, how you are calling? With the help of object. Now, same mobile variable, when you look inside the class, how you are calling? With the help of this dot variable, right? So inside the class, while calling the variable, we use this keyword. Out of the class, while calling the same variable, we use the object keyword. So you can say, what is this? Okay, what is this? So this will be called as an object of current class. This keyword is called as an object of current class. But limitation is you cannot access outside. You have to access always inside. Okay, so we can see, we can go outside and let me write here this dot address. You can also write it, this dot address, and then see what is happening. This dot address, you can also see what is happening. Error undefined. Since this keyword you cannot access out of the class, it is exist only inside the class, right? So now you can write below, this meaning is what? This meaning is what? It is called object of current class. It is called object of current class, but able to access inside the class. But exist only inside of class. Exist only inside the class. It is not exist out of the class. Hello. Thank you, sir. Hmm. 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 Siaram. Siaram. SIYARAM. SIYARAM. Yeah. Already we have here. Yeah. Okay, hope ready, written. It is called object of current class, but exists only inside of class. You cannot access it outside. Okay? Write one more keyword that you are going to use, that is called extends. EXTENDS, extends. Okay. What this extends will do, like when you have written one class with one feature, one another class with a different feature, and whenever you want to reuse the feature of a class, like suppose one place you have written finding the interest of a number, finding the interest, or maybe you have written the finding how to calculate the, you can say, compound interest. You have written a class and you want similar functionality multiple times in a project. Then what you will do? You will not write again and again. Okay. So in that case, class is like if already one functionality are written in one class, why you are writing again? Inherit the class means take the feature from existing class, right? So that is called as a what? Inheritance. You are going to take the feature from one class to other class. Okay. So there you will use this keyword called as a extends. You can write here. It used to built-in object. That only one class will be main class, and where you are going to inherit the feature, that is called as a subclass. Okay, but between both the classes, class 1 is going to access the feature from class 2. So class 1 will become as a subclass and class 2 will become as a main class. So between both, how you can communicate? Okay, so that happen with the help of keyword called extends. It used to inherit the feature from one class to other class. So where you are going to get the feature, that will be called as a parent. Where you are going to use the feature, that will become as a child. Okay, so that will become a super class and subclass. Right? So here you are writing extends is the keyword using that we inherit the feature from one class to other class. And how it will be? It will be like class A extends class B. So from the B, whichever the feature is there, it will go to the A. Save it now. And now we'll create another file. There we will play around the class object and we'll add some more functionality and we'll try to implement. Okay. So write the next file called class2.js. Next file is class2.js. Okay, written class2.js. Come inside the class2. Write there a class Give class name call as a product and create object of this class. Extends, not extends is not required here. Variable obj2 equal to new. There you will write call obj2 equal to new and then got it. Now come inside. Right here a constructor. Inside the constructor write a variable this dot item list equal to square bracket open and close. This are item list square bracket. Come down below. Okay, inside this item you can add some item like suppose mouse. Add suppose call maybe books. As suppose call maybe computer. Add suppose something called lap something printer. Okay, so these all items we added inside a array. So item list is not a single variable. It's a variable only, but it is holding the data in the form of array. Okay, it is holding the data in the form of array. Come down, write a function called get item equal to part arrow function you have to write and print below console.log total items. Total items. This dot item list dot length. This dot item list dot length. Now you write below a for loop. This dot item list dot map. Name of the item as well as index of the item. Right here called return. Oh, not return here. I went to the React. So console.log log print call index also comma as we can write here and we can write in the last names. So whenever we will call the get item, it will give us the right. Next, after this, come down below and call the function obj2 dot get item. You will find it will list you all the elements of your member variable. Sequence. Printed. Check now console.log cls node space class 2.
0, 1, 2, 3. Total items.
Total item it will print 4 item, mouse, book, computer and printers. Okay. All 4 value will get printed one after the other. Go next. After this, what we have? We have like we want to add some new element inside this array. Okay, we want to add some new element inside this array. So how to add? We have to write another function, then only you can add. So for that, let's write here a function called add item. Add item equal to add item equal to fat arrow, right here called new item. Then after that, what is your array name? Item list. So this dot item list dot push function you can use, and using push function you can add the new item. Got it? Now come down below, call the function called add item. So obj2 dot add item. Inside that, put some new value. New value you can pass here something water. Next, add one more new value. Right here, call something food. Correct. In this function, after adding the function, you must have to write a message below console.log new item plus added successfully. New item plus added successfully. After adding the new item, call again this dot get item. For what purpose? To reload the list. To reload the list. Added. Let's come now. Run the page. First, you can clear everything. Then write the node space class 2. Run it. So you can see what it says. Here it says first time how many elements? 4. Then we are adding the water. So it says water added successfully. Then next element become how many? 5. Again we are adding the food. So it says food added successfully. Next element become a 6. So inside the class, when you are calling a function, how you are calling? With the help of this. This dot function name. Same function when you are calling outside, how you are calling? Object dot function name, right? So this will become an object of current class. It work inside but not outside. Okay. Working? Go next now. Leave this file. Next file will create where? Next file will have where we will see some part of inheritance. One class will have some feature, second class will try to access that feature. Error or no error? Next file you create class 3.js. Class 3.js. Write a class called store. Store. Write one more class shop. Extends store. Write a class name is called store. Write another class name is called a shop. Okay, so what will happen now? Shop class is taking the data from store, right? So go to the store now and create a constructor this dot item list equal to constructor we have to write first. Constructor this dot item list equal to so multi-dimensional array. Yeah, so now write inside call name of the product, anything, apple. Write price of the product, 300. Next, write again next product, name of the product, orange. Price of the product, 100. Next, name of the product, apple, already have added. Grapes, price of the product, 80. So assume these products are available under the parent class. That is called a store. A store is holding some data. Now multiple shops will be there. Shop 1, shop 2, shop 2, shop 3. Every shop will get the data from where? A store. Okay. So a store becomes a supplier and shop becomes a seller. We'll go to the first right till here. Done it. Come to the next class now, shop class. Here also you will have constructor. And this constructor will be calling a function called super. For what purpose? To call the constructor of parent class. Data is inside the constructor of parent class. If you will not call the super here, your class will not allow to access that data. Okay, so in that case, when we are extending a class, in the child class constructor, the first line must be the keyword called super, not keyword function. Now let me move my mouse here, see what is saying. I move the mouse. What it says? Constructor from where? Constructor of a store. That super function is just like you are calling the store only by using different name. Constructor of parent class we are calling with the help of with the name called. Okay. Now come down below. You will write a function called get product. Get product. Get product. Console.log. Total items. Total items. This dot item list dot length. This dot item list dot length. Come down below, write a map function. Item list dot map. Write call item, comma index. Use the map function here. Go inside. Console.log. Console.log, print the item.name and item.price. Item.name, comma, item.price. Item.name, comma, item.price. We will create an object of the child class and then we'll try to print it. Where obj3 equal to new, call the SOP function, console.log, not console.log, obj3.get product. It will give you the list of all the product, even it is coming from the parent class. Okay, we've done. Check now. Node space class 3 shows error. What is that? In node space class 3 only. Okay, I have not written class 3. Node space class 3. So printing 3 items, apple 300, orange 100, grapes as a 80. So data is coming from the child parent class and printing under the child class. Now this data should go to the browser that we are going to see tomorrow. Okay, this data what we have, we will write the HTML code, we will write the JavaScript code, and using class we can do something, and then this data will go to where? Okay. It will be tomorrow class. You can read some theory from internet also. JavaScript related lot of theories are there. W3 Schools website, are you following? Follow the W3 Schools. One more website link I'll send you. That is called javascript.info. javascript.info. Yes, I'll send the link in the group. Okay, javascript.info have very deep level of examples. Okay, so thank you.